Hey, hi, Glenn here, workshop at the gardens. We are about to get started putting the rafters and the roof on the covered pergola. By now, you've seen a couple of videos about getting all of this wood ready and installed here. Now it's time for the top part of the pergola and to get a roof on here. All right, let's get started. Woo! Okay, well, as I started editing the video, I realized that I didn't tell you how the wood made it to the workshop anyway, so I found a couple still images, put them in here so you could get an idea. This is the white pine that we milled down in the log yard on Duck Hill Sawmills Timber King 2020. That there is the larch for the ceiling decking, so it was all milled on site, air dried, and then it made it into the tool room to air dry a little bit more, and then I loaded it up on the wagon and brought it over to the workshop to start processing it. The roof itself, the rafters are going to be 10 feet long. It's going to be 16 feet wide when we're done. We're doing 16 off center, and off the top of my head I can't tell you how many rafters I needed anyways, 13, 14, somewhere in there. But we're putting the slope on the roof tapered to the back, so the front of them is going to be 7.5 inches. All of the timbers weren't exactly 8 inches, so I took 7.5, dropping 1/4 inch per foot to the back is 2.5 inches, so the back is getting cut at 5 inches, and just using the track saw, which works really slick, to put a nice angled cut on there. It's actually not an angled cut, it's a straight cut that turns into an angle. Finished up a few that night and got back at it the next morning to finish up the rafters. And it worked out real slick cutting them using the track saw, as I mentioned, and I think this one or maybe the next one you can really see the angle on there to get it cut. And there you go, you can see how it goes in there. All right, with all of these cut, I put them right onto my little trailer, and we're gonna bring them over to where the Grindbygg is. Yeah, that's pretty cool, just like that. It'll even look better once we get the boards on there. But I gotta head to the shop. We've gotta make the front board that's gonna go all the way across here and then box it in. I had a couple decisions to make. I was either gonna like put this all together on the ground and lift it up there and set it, and then I was figuring like, how am I gonna do that by myself? So I opted for option number 2, which is to set those up there. I will put the board across the front and the back, most likely. Gonna have to get a big pick in there somehow. Put it together and then square it up to where I want it. Plus we're dealing with rough sawn. The bottom of the 2x6s or 2x8s are rough sawn. The top of the wall plates are rough sawn. So there's going to be a little bit of not perfectness going on, but that's what we will take out with a few little shims and everything. And by the time we get it all screwed down, the most important thing that we're gonna be after is that front, I probably should learn what that's called. The front part, board that goes all the way across there is going to be level, visually level from the front looking in towards this. That's what we're after. But we're gonna go get tools, we're gonna go get some other stuff, we're gonna get that board to start working on that. All right, let's do it. pulling things together to go hang the next piece up there. Eric went and got his hat because he was worried about how his hair would look. So right. He looks better with his cap on. All right, I also started pulling some of the other stuff together, drills, using the GRK structural screws. We're going to be attaching the fascia board with the 5-inch and holding it down to the wall plates with a 10 and 12-inch. The 3-inch here are going to be using to hold the ceiling decking down. And then I mentioned I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with the fascia. Decided to do a half lap and just route it out a little bit, and it'll land right in the middle. So 4 inches on each side of the 16 mark. So I'll put some screws in, a little glue, and then the lag will go through the center. All right, front fascia board is on. That is awesome. But it's time to take a break. I gotta run home, do some stuff, sorry. We are going to do, I'm gonna come back tonight and at least get the 5-inch guest fascia board for the back all done in the shop. Whether we hang it tonight, I can't tell you that or not. You'll find out in a couple of seconds. But hot dog, that looks good. Whew. Use those structural rated screws, lag bolts. Those are 5 and an 1/8 inch long, so it's a 2-inch board. So there's 3 inches that is grabbing in on the inside, so that's not going anywhere. 16 off center. So we'll do the same on the back. Probably actually we'll only put 1, maybe we'll put 2, I'll have to see, on the other side to hold that fascia board on. Hoo-ah, somewhat of an epic day. Yeah, long day. It's dark outside, if you can't tell looking out those windows. So we are not going to try to put this back fascia piece on. It gave me a few little fits. It's one of the joys. I mean, the joy of working with home sawn lumber is this is cool. These trees were salvaged actually 2 doors down from my place at home. They were going to hit the chipper. Ben stopped by and said, hey, are you going to do anything with that wood? It all ended up in my yard. It ended up here. We ended up milling it. There is a video I will put up there about milling all of this lumber for the Grindbygg. But as you can see, or maybe you can't in here, this starts out real thin here and gets nice and thick there. There's some challenges when you're working with wood like this. This one had a 1/2-inch bow in it. It's also one of the beauties of working with rustic style builds is that you can get away with a 1/4 inch little woo-woo in there because it just adds to the character. We are not building a curved furniture 4-drawer walnut work of art here. Yes, you know who I'm referring to. But this is all that is left from all of the wood that we milled. So it's not like I could have tossed that one out and said, we'll use another one. There wasn't another one to use. It's not like it's dimensional lumber that you go and grab at the big box store. but it's not dimensional lumber that you go in big box store. This stuff is amazing. Anyways, it has its challenges. It's fun to work with. It's awesome. I'm tired. I'm going home. We'll pick this one up tomorrow morning. Put that board on. Start putting some decking on. I have to be done early. There is a Rush movie tomorrow night that we must attend. Hey, good morning. We are all staged up here, ready to go, and put the back fascia board on. Since the rafters are tapered, that 1/4 per foot drop, so we drop about 2.5 inches. The front fascia board is 7.5 inches. The back is 5 inches. Makes it a little bit easier to put up. It was nice to have Eric here to put the front one up. This one I got to go solo, but I do mark it all out, have it all lined up. And this is my replacement for Eric today. All right, remember we're building rustic, so it's always fun. We're gonna end up shimming a little bit in there. But what I did, I still have this one to attach on the back. That back fascia board's across. I squared up. I'm doing about 36 inches off the front, which will leave me 42 off the back, and I like that a lot. It looks just sweet, just a little bit hanging off the back. But now that we're on here, it is time to double check our square, and the other side is 233.5, so this one is 233 and 9/16. We are off by a 1/16 of an inch. I'm gonna go with it. It's okay. It's rustic. Cool. Now starts the joy of anchoring this down. Well, hey, hi. I don't even know if you can see me. We are wrapping up pretty late here. Went to a Rush movie with Jed. Really cool. That was awesome. 3 hours director's cut of R40, kind of the moving pictures anniversary director's cut. Very cool. But anyways, I decided to come back because I really wanted to get these lights on for the wedding this weekend, and yes, they are. You know, up there I was hoping to get some decking on, but that didn't happen. But either way, whatever. The rafters are in place, fascia's in place, that's all set. So we did airplane wire and put in the LED lights, and man, it looks so good. So that's it. I'm tired, but let's see. Thanks for following along. Thanks for watching this one, and the next one we will, because the next thing to do is put the roof on there, and it probably works out because there's enough on this video anyways. By the time, I didn't even think that we needed to cut those ends, and those are done. Am I rambling yet? Most likely. Anyways, a couple other videos to watch. Make sure you check out putting in the footings, making the post assembly, actually cutting that lumber, then putting this together, the wall plates. It's a pretty cool series on how this whole thing came together. That's it. Thanks so much, and look forward to the next video about this one. And hey, thank you so much. Enjoy.